ancient monastery nearby gave Mallory a very mixed welcome when he approached their sacred mountain, Chomolungma.
It was 83 years ago on this day, May 15th, that Mallory and his team came here for a blessing from their mama.
The head lama welcomed the strange white climbers, but it was an ominous encounter. Along with the blessing, the lama had a very stern warning for the expedition. He spoke of disaster to come, prophesying that the mountain's demons would delight in forcing the climbers off Everest. The monks had even created an illustration, a very gruesome one, of the gods disemboweling a Western man and pitching him into hell.
So, and those paintings are still there at the Rongbuk Glacier. And, this is our team of Sherpas, great friends, all very helpful on their journey there. And this next clip is the discovery of George Mallory's body. We saw the original photograph in the Himalayan Expedition, so this gives you an idea of the reproduction that was worked upon.
75 years after Mallory and Irvin vanished, mountaineer Conrad Anker took part in an expedition looking for their bodies high on Everest.
Conrad, come in, please. I'm down at 26.7, over.
Anker struck off on his own.
Conrad, you're way below the search zone. You need to be higher, over.
I was curious. I stopped, turned around, and there was a patch of white. It wasn't snow, it was matte, a light-absorbing color, like marble. As I got closer, I realized this was the body of one of the pioneering English climbers, frozen under the mountainside. For a moment I thought, maybe I can just keep walking and keep it to myself. But then, that's what we were there for.
Group meeting. Mandatory group meeting. Over.
So the discovery was pretty moving, and I was there. Putting together our the equipment. This is at the North Pole, and it was always a challenge to put it on because we would just get so cold wearing it. And I think anyone that says the equipment they had in 1924 is as good as they have today really hadn't gotten out there in it. Of course, if you're standing in the park, it might be one thing, but at 26,000 feet on Everest, at 7,000 meters, it's really quite a bit of difference in the quality of insulation that you get and your ability to do things. And we had these great scenes. We had tea, and I remember telling Anthony, I'd like, well, no one in their right mind is going to sit on a bunch of wooden boxes and have tea on the crest of the North Pole. Not even in 24, they would have sat in their tents. I mean, that's what you do. Well, we shot the scene and never made the movie, so that's what you get, the slideshow. You get behind the scenes humor on it. So, but it was still being able to go up there and wear the clothing they had and put ourselves in their shoes was pretty challenging. I mean, we realized that what they had was a far cry from what we had, and it just increased my admiration for them and what they were able to do at the time in before, and having gotten as far as they did was really inspiring. And to go up there with basically football shoes was really a challenge by any measure of it.
I must tell you, dearest one, I feel full of energy and strength. My plan will be to carry as little as possible, go fast, and rush the summit. Mallory now needed oxygen and Irvin more than ever. He wanted his partner, now over the worst of his altitude sickness, to apply his technical skills to the final assault. Irvin has been brilliantly skillful about the oxygen. He's practically invented a new instrument.
5th of June. It will be a great triumph if my impromptu apparatus gets us to the top. It has been very trying for everyone, with terribly strong reflection off the snow. I've prepared 2 oxygen apparatus for our start tomorrow morning.
Those were his last notes that he had left in his journal book there. But looking down from the summit there, you really get an idea of where this is up towards high camp. We'll show you and some of the other high peaks there, Pumori, the scene from it, just really an amazing location to be.
At 12:50 on June 8, 1924, support climber Noel Odell sighted Mallory and Irvin through a gap in the clouds.
My eyes became fixed on a tiny black dot a short distance from the base of the final pyramid. Another moved up to join it. They were moving expeditiously as if to make up for lost time. Then the whole fascinating vision vanished, enveloped in a cloud.
Mallory and Irvin were missing.
No trace can be found. Awaiting orders.
Instead of capturing their victorious ascent, cameraman John Noel had to film the search for them. Days later, blankets laid out as a cross in the snow signaled the devastating news. Mallory and Irvin were lost, presumed dead.
So we continued on towards our goal of making it to the summit, and in this clip here, you can, my wife Jenny is sort of letting me know that the monsoon is about to hit.
Bad weather blocks Conrad's path, and the monsoon snows are imminent. He and Leo risk being trapped high on Everest, beyond rescue.
It was a stressful moment. What are we doing? We're climbing into the second week of June, the monsoon's on our ass. I get on the phone to Jennifer, and I say to her, it's not worth what I'm putting you and the family through, and I'm ready to come home.
The window was closing. I knew the monsoon was coming. I was looking at the satellite imagery of the weather, I said, Conrad, you know what? I'm looking at the computer screen and I'm seeing this giant wall of weather and it's the monsoon. And I just said, Conrad, you need to be confident that you can make it. But if you have a chance to climb the second step, I want you to go for it.
She knew that if I didn't do it, I'd be a wreck. Or irascible, it would be that fun to be with. But we eventually got in position for summit day, and up there we removed the ladder, and which is what Mallory and Irvin didn't have. It was put there in 1975, and all the subsequent expeditions have used that ladder to gain the upper slope. So it was really to do it without that ladder. There was really was one of the goals that I had to give an idea. So we can see here what it's like with the Sherpa team, the cameraman above it. We pulled the ladder away, and then this is that the climbing, looking down onto the North Ridge, and it was a pretty daunting journey to climb that and to do it without the ladder. It gave me more respect in a deeper sense of what they would have had to have done without the benefit of the modern gear that we're so very used to. There we are standing on the summit, and of course I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of my wife and kids, and they're always happy to have them there with a picture. And the film, of course, wouldn't have been possible without the cameramen and the Sherpa team and the production team and everyone pulling it together. So it was a real honor to work with all of them and collaborate on something that was as meaningful as this. So it was a real high point of my life, so to say, to be able to work on this film and to work with a team of that quality. And it's something that I hope all of you, if you have the chance to see the film, take a chance to capture it. So, in case you didn't believe in the Yeti, there is the Yeti. I have proof here. You've seen it. You've read about it on the internet. You've seen it here. It must be real. So actually, it was just something like that. But what we'll do is open it up to questions and answers. So if you guys have